Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back into another edition of Astros Recap. David Artis, your boy here. Sunday night, 11:28 p.m. So, a little later than usual. I may take you into the midnight hour. Just depends on how long this goes. But another Sunday night, another week in the books for the Houston Astros. So, 142 down, 20 to go to finish out the regular season. The Astros did have a pretty good week, winning 4 of 6, which is all you can hope for when you play 6 games, 2 3-game sets. The Astros obviously take 2 of 3 against Seattle and then 2 of 3 against the Angels. Pick up a win today. First Sunday win in like 7 weeks, it feels like. I think that's about right. The Astros lost, I believe, 6 consecutive Sundays in a row. Double check that real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sundays in a row. Yeah, so picking up the win today. Obviously, doors open. But yeah, the Astros obviously against Seattle win on Monday and Tuesday, lose on Wednesday, which is what the Astros do. They don't sweep a lot of people. They have been in the opportunity to sweep a lot of teams 11 different times this year, excluding mini 2-game series. The Astros, whether it's been a 3 or 4-game series, 11 times they've been in a position to sweep a team and have not been able to do it. So, I believe 11 out of 16 times, I want to say. Or 11 out of 15. Yeah. 11 out of 15 times this year, the Astros have been in an opportunity to sweep a team. Have only been able to finish off a team 4 times this year. So, yeah. A game that they were ahead, had a 4-2 lead going late into the game, and they just could not, I don't know what it is about this team, but they cannot sweep a team right now to save their life. Now, if you win the series, to put things in perspective, that's usually the goal, so you can't be too upset. But when you have leads and you continue to do this, I don't know what it is, but this team has had issues finishing teams off, stepping on their throat, and just, putting an exclamation point on the series. They just can't do it. So, but they went 4 of 6. They increased their lead in the division. The A's continue to fall, it feels like. Seattle's right there. They're tied with them now. But we have a 6.5-game lead over both of them right now. So you feel good with where you're at in the division. They're 83 and 59. So 24 games over 500 with 20 to go. They need to go 14 and 6 to get to that number that, I've been looking at, which is the 97 win mark, which would actually put you 32 games over 500. 14 and 6 is doable. Probably not likely, especially the way they played of lately. But it's certainly doable. I mean, as long as you can schedule, you get 4 with Texas. You have to take 3 or 4. You get 3 with Arizona, and then you get 4 with LA, the Angels. So you got to take 3 or 4 against Texas, 3 or 4 against LA. Now these are road games. In Arizona, you really should sweep them. Arizona shouldn't have a chance at home over the weekend. And then you have the 9-game stretch with 6 with Oakland, 3 with Tampa Bay. That's going to be the tough stretch for the Astros. But yeah, I mean, these next 3 series, you got to take care of business, man. Really. I mean, you got 11 games. You really should be going at a bare minimum 8-3 in those games, at a bare minimum, which would put you in a decent spot. I mean, even if you go 8-3 in those 11 games, you'd still have to go 6-3. Yeah, 6-3 in your final 9. 6 against Oakland. We can beat Oakland, but Tampa's going to be tough. So, but yeah, 97 wins is sort of the goal, I would say, at this point. At least the way I look at things, and that should be good enough. Should certainly be good enough to get you home field advantage, at least in the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, he's starting pitching still sort of, Framber Valdez, who was sort of your ace coming off the DL, just really hasn't been the same since they cracked down on the foreign substance policy of pitchers. Lance McCullers has been sort of better on the road than he has been at home this year. It's the word I'm looking for here. Those home road splits haven't been as drastic as they were earlier in the year. I think he's sort of evened things out a little bit. It hasn't been great, but also hasn't been that bad. Presley picks up the save. Kyle Tucker hit a home run today after Yuli Gurriel had an RBI single. So, I mean, they got the full lineup back. Monday they win, I think, pretty easily. As we'll try to go in order, sort of all over the place these days. They win on Monday 11-2. Tuesday, they deserved to lose this game. They really did. Bregman had a big 2-run home run to tie it up in the 9th, and then at the walk-off. Losing on Wednesday, of course, was a tough one. You were up late, 4-2. You allow Seattle to score 2 in the 7th, 4 in the 9th. Marwin Gonzalez hit a home run, so, Bregman hit one. Altuve's got his home run swing back, so he's hit some home runs here. But yeah, I look at things. I don't really go in depth in a lot of these games. Framber on Friday didn't pitch that well, but the Elephants broke out with 10 runs. Had a chance on Saturday. It did fall down 4-0 quickly. Luis Garcia wasn't very great. But even in the 9th inning, down 2, he had runners second, third, 1 out, had 2 opportunities to hit a single and tie the game, but couldn't do it. And then today, they pull out the win 3-1. So Presley, who had a couple of bad outings, got the save as he went 1-2-3, I think. So look at the line. Strikeout, 2.34 ERA. Stanek came in, had a scoreless inning. Graveman as well. He did walk and actually, wasn't perfect, but walked a guy, gave up a hit, but got through it. McCullers gets the win. He's 12-4 on the year, so there's that as I look at things here. But yeah, you're pretty healthy. Urquidy's back. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, Rafael Montero is the one guy who's been hurt for like more than a month and a half, it feels like now. But Montero, I mean, had pitched well out of the bullpen since we had gotten him in the trade with Seattle, but I hadn't heard from him. But that's the only guy I can think of who's actually like on the injured list right now. I think Baez might be on the IL as well. Came back, had a few outings. Yeah, it's, but yeah, the Astros, I mean, they're healthy. They're as healthy as I think you could expect them to be. But yeah, I mean, you got to finish the season strong. Want to be playing your best baseball going into the postseason. So yeah, I mean, I could sit here and divulge into every game. I'm not going to do that. Just trying to give you a recap. But yeah, so you win Friday, you win Sunday, you lose the middle game there, and then had the opportunity to sweep Seattle, couldn't do it. Yeah, but good to get the win today. So that's good. Obviously, so I work now Sundays. It's sort of a hectic day, so I get in here at night now, and I'm just like falling asleep. But Yeah. I'm only at 10 minutes. I feel like I should continue to go. So, like I said, 6.5 game lead in the division. The White Sox, obviously are a game and a half back, so it's sort of stayed that way for a while, it feels like. So Chicago's not like going on some big run. The New York Yankees have really cooled off. They had a 13-game winning streak, but have cooled off since. I mean, they have really struggled of late. I mean, what are they? 2-8 in their last 10. They've fallen out of the wild card chase. Like, they're now Toronto, who got super hot now, has a game lead on them. So does Boston. So if New York has to, get their things together, Oakland and Seattle tied at 77 and 66, both 3 games out. And then after that, it's LA, who's 10 games out. So yeah, I mean, it's a 5-team race for 2 wildcard spots right now. But Toronto, Boston, New York are probably the front runners to get those 2 of those 3 there. As I look at, the Giants have a firm grip on, first. Well, not a firm grip. They're like 2.5 games ahead of the Dodgers. San Francisco's won 5 in a row. Milwaukee's very good. And San Francisco's won 7 in a row. Milwaukee's won 5 in a row. They're also very good. Atlanta's leading their division as I go back to divisional play here. Atlanta looks like, they'll win their division. They're for 4.5 up. St. Louis, who's actually lost 2 in a row, is only a game out, I believe, as I looked at this earlier. But, no, St. Louis, only a game out of the second wild card spot, but Cincinnati's actually ahead of them. Cincinnati's tied with San Diego for that second wild card spot. And the crazy thing is the Dodgers have the first wild card spot has a 16-game lead on the second closest team, which is the tie with San Diego and Cincinnati. That's crazy to think of that, but yeah. So, sort of update on your standings there. But the Astros are in good shape. Like I said, just the goal of this season is holding off the White Sox and at least getting home field advantage. I think the Rays, let's check this here. The Rays, 89 and 54, so we're 3.5 back of them. It's actually closer than I thought. So they're 3.5 back. I mean, they play Tampa Bay for 3. I mean, very slim possibility here if the Astros go on some sort of winning streak. But, I mean, they do get the series with Tampa, but they'd have to sweep it to actually catch them, which I find highly unlikely. But they're closer than I thought. I mean, they're 2 back in the win column, 5 back in the loss column. That's the important one, of course. So, 3.5 out. But if they can get into a reasonable spot, Tampa has to lose. If I can look at their schedule here real quick, maybe. Let's see here. It's Tampa Bay. Play the Blue Jays. So, that's not easy, obviously, the way the Blue Jays are playing. And then let's see, who do they get? Who do they get? The Tigers. That's not a tough one. Let's see. The Blue Jays again. So there's actually, the way I look at this so far, I have a day off here on Thursday. I'm looking far ahead, Let's see. Get the Blue Jays for at least 6. It might be 7. Get the Marlins, the Tigers. But yeah, you're really going to be looking at the Blue Jays to take out Tampa for us to have a chance. But yeah, I mean, it's not we'll see. Interesting. I mean, it's a good chance that nobody gets to 100 wins. You'd think Tampa most likely will get there because I mean, they only have to win 11. If they go 11-8, that's all they have to do to get to 100 wins. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what they do. But it'll be interesting, the final 20 games here. So, yeah, I'll wrap things up early tonight. I only have 15 minutes, so I'll leave you wanting more. But yeah, so the Astros obviously, Greinke's Greinke's the other guy that's actually on the COVID IL. He's missed his last 2 starts, I believe. I think they just skipped him. Urquidy's back, so Urquidy's actually sort of taking his spot, I guess, in the rotation. Odorizzi will get the start tomorrow, as the Astros do have a 7-game week, so they don't have an off day for a while. They get 2 straight full 7-game weeks here, so yeah, see how things sort of shape out. Odorizzi obviously had sort of the post-game press conference where he was very unhappy. Did apologize, so he's we'll see. A lot going on, so but we're in good shape. I like where we're at. Just got to continue to. I mean, you're playing the Rangers. You got to win 3 or 4 here. You're in Arlington, of course, but yeah, you got to win 3 or 4. So be looking forward to doing that, obviously. And then you'll come back home to play Arizona for 3. I mean, anything less than 5-2 is it's a disappointment. I mean, I'm looking more at a 6-1 week because you really should sweep the Diamondbacks are the worst team in baseball, and I don't even think it's really close. Diamondbacks are 47-96. Baltimore's 46-97. So Baltimore is a game worse than they are, but yeah, I mean you really should have no excuse on beating them all 3 times. So yeah, 6-1 really, yeah, should. I don't like going into a week like you should sweep this team, you should do this, that, but yeah, 6-1, considering the level of talent you're playing, yeah, it should be 6-1 after this week, which would put you in very good shape actually to get to that 97-win plateau that I'm hoping to get to. So anyway, yeah, I'll wrap things up there. Coming up, 18 minutes. Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, obviously. Like the video, share it with your friends. All of that good stuff to do on YouTube, and I'll talk to you in a week, most likely. If not Monday, but definitely a week. And we'll break down another week of Astros baseball as we draw closer and closer to the end of the regular season. Then things get very fun and interesting when the postseason gets on your way. It's always an exciting time of year, October baseball. Anyway, wrap things up there. Talk to you next week. Love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, we'll wrap things up there, and we'll see you next week.